Hey, what's up founders? Nabs here. Today I just want to tell you a story about how I got over one of my biggest failures and learned to stop taking myself so seriously. Right, a few years back I was running a startup called Now Native and this company failed like big time. Horrible experience for me, which I'll go into another time. I was so broken and messed up that I actually just skipped town. I left and moved to China and lived there for a couple of years to hit the reset button. It ended up being a really cool experience for me in a lot of ways, and I'll definitely cover this more in other videos because China was a really formative experience for me. But on this story, out there, I couldn't communicate with anyone because I didn't know the language yet, and I didn't know anybody at all in Shanghai where I was staying. So it was a completely clean slate, and I just spent days and days at a time just alone, riding my bike, thinking over everything, like all the stages of the grief. And I didn't know it, but what I was doing was actually I was kind of putting my identity back together, which had become really fractured during the shutdown process. I kind of lost track of who I was during that build up to it and the actual shutdown, and I was spending all my time thinking about how I looked on the outside, how I was all smiles, and worrying about what failure would do to how people saw me and how it would leave my confidence. And this really left me empty. And it took a long time to get over this, but kind of like 6 months in, I had this really crystallizing moment during this rebuilding process. Read this book called The Monk And The Riddle, which is, it's like a parable mixed with some life stories of this really interesting guy called Randy Komisar, like a Silicon Valley guy. And his path in life was so crazy. He was like a band promoter, then a lawyer, and then a business owner and a VC. And like his path was so winding, it doesn't even give it credit, me describing it. And I think that was his point in the book. His point is this saying, in 20 years, you don't know where you're going to be, so there's no point just like aiming for this line and being dead set on it, because any deviation from that path is just going to feel like a failure to you. And I was definitely in that mindset before. And now that I've had that lesson, I really think about this almost every day, and I think it really keeps me grounded. There's just no point in worrying too much about where you're going or what you're doing. You should just be focusing on what you really like, how to better yourself, and how to feel happy in the process. I try and project that into company culture and my interactions with people and stuff like that. It's just really important. You just got to be happy. So what I'm just going to leave you all with on that, apart from recommending that book, is to anybody who's kind of early in their career and maybe they've still got that kind of path in their head, or they're maybe worrying a little bit too much about what other people are thinking. And then also on the other side, to people who've experienced this already, and maybe they just need a reminder, maybe it's been a little bit too long. I would just say, don't take yourself too seriously, enjoy the ride. To actually paraphrase Randy Komisar, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. All right, I'm gonna leave it there. Everyone have a lovely day, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.